as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. He juked him. And he works free. Still on his feet. Off to the races. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Running left to give to Pacheco. And some room to maneuver. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
A run by Pacheco on second down. You look at this Niner defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back. And even then, they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Purdy going to give this one to Mason. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Hardman on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a 2nd and 10. And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. That's to the former Cardinal and Raven. It's Hollywood Brown. And he's got this down to the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll take this down to the 33. 2nd down and 8. Mahomes going to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kareem Hunt with career touchdown number 60. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Connects with Kittle underneath. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
Throwing here, Purdy. A throw left side for Pearsall is complete.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Purdy off the play fake.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Here's Hardman to return. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that, and they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
Shrugs him off. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Mahomes going to shift him around. A give right side for Pacheco. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's Pacheco headed right. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Here is 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A handoff now for Pacheco. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Mahomes now to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10. In motion right, that's Hardman. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Here's 3rd and 10. Wiggles free. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Butker's kick here is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
Final play of the half. Purdy.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jennings. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Hunt is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. To the right goes Mason. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Mason going to get it on first down. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now 2nd and 9. On the ground again, it's Mason. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. They go play action here. Purdy. Ayuk bringing it in on the crossing route here. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 23 yards, the final tally.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Now Patrick going to change the play. Now Mahomes. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Now here's Mahomes. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Now they'll audible to something else.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 63 yards.
And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter. A second down throw for Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
McCaffrey is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mahomes going to change things up. On On first down, they go back to Pacheco.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
That's complete, left side to Worthy.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
They try with Pacheco.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. To throw is Mahomes.
And he is going to have the first down. And that might not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they should be able to run it down from here.
This game has been a lesson, a clinic in how to throw the football. I mean, even with a big lead, they're not turning off the engine. They're not getting off the gas at all. They plan to keep going at them, and it's working for them.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Check.
Back to throw, Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way, as we saw there.
throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And he's going to have the first down. What a play to start the drive, already out past the 30.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Here's Purdy to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Purdy.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Purdy with one final shot here.
And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Chiefs, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.